Hello everyone. So today I'm going to start the part 2 of the chapter Making of the Constitution of Lakshmikant Politics. Okay, so let us start. Today's topic is committees of the Constituent Assembly. The Constituent Assembly appointed a number of committees, means they appointed so much committees to deal with different tasks of constitution making. Out of these, 8 were major committees and the other were minor committees. So they appointed a number of committees in which 8 were the major committees and others were minor committees. The name of these committees and their chairmen are given below. Let us see the name of committees and their chairmen. First of all, major committee. So first was Union Power Committee, whose chairman was Jawaharlal Nehru. Union Powers Committee. Second is Union Constitution Committee, Jawaharlal Nehru. Provincial Constitution Committee, Sardar Patel. Drafting Committee, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Advisory Committee on Fundamental Rights, Minorities and Tribal and Exclusive Areas, Sardar Patel. This committee had following 5 subcommittees. So the Advisory Committee of Fundamental Rights, Minorities and Tribal and Excluded Areas, whose chairman was Sardar Patel, that committee have 5 subcommittees and they were Fundamental Rights Subcommittee, that was J.B. Kripalani. Minority Subcommittee, H.C. Mukherjee. North East Frontier Tribal Areas and Assam Excluded and Partially Excluded Areas Subcommittee, Gopinath Bardoloi. Excluded and partially excluded areas other than those of Assam, because Assam were in that sea, and that was A.V. Thakkar. And Northwest Frontier Tribal Areas Subcommittee. Okay, the sixth was Rules of Procedure Committee, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Seventh was State Committee, Committee for Negotiating with States, that was Jawaharlal Nehru. And eighth and last was Steering Committee, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So these were 8 major committees and with the name of their chairmen. Finance and Staff Committee, that was also having the chairman Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Second is Credential Committee, Aladi Krishna Swami Iyer. Third was House Committee, B. B. Sita Ramaiya. Fourth was Order of Business Committee, Dr. K. M. Munshi. Fifth was ADHOC Committee on the National Flag, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Committee on the Functions of Constituent Assembly, J.V. Mavalankar. ADHOC Committee on Supreme Court, S. Varadachari, not an assembly member. He was not an assembly member, but the chairman of that committee. Committee on Chief Commissioner Provinces, B. Patabhi Sitaramaiya. Expert Committee on the Finance Provinces of the Union Constitution, Nalini Ranjan Sarkar. Not him. Okay, she was also not the member of assembly. 10th was Linguistic Prevention Commission, that was S.K. Dar. He was not also the member of assembly member. 11th was Special Committee to examine the draft constitution, Jawaharlal Nehru. Press Gallery Committee, Usha Nath Sen. And ADHOC Committee on Citizenship, S. Varadachari. Now, Drafting Committee. Among all the committees of Constituent Assembly, the most popular and important committee was the Drafting Committee. The most important committee was the Drafting Committee. That was set up on 29 August 1947. It was this committee that was entrusted with the task of preparing a draft of new constitution. So this committee was given the task of preparing the draft of the new constitution. Okay, it consisted of 7 members. They were Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he was the chairman. Second is N. Gopal Swami Iyengar. Third was Aladi Krishna Swami Iyer. Fourth was Dr. K. M. Munshi. Fifth was Syed Muhammad Sadullah. Sixth was N. Madhava Rao. He replaced B.L. Mittar, who resigned due to the ill health. So at first B.L. Mittar was in the place, but he resigned due to his ill health. Then M. Madhava Rao replaced him. Seventh was T.T. Krishnamachari. He replaced D.P. Khaitan, who died in 1948. So the drafting committee, after taking into consideration the proposals of various committee, prepared the first draft. of the Constitution of India, which was published in 1948 February. So the first draft which was made by this drafting committee was published in February 1948. The people of India were given 8 months to discuss the draft and propose amendments. In the light of public comments, criticism, and suggestions, the drafting committee prepared a second draft, which was published in October 1948. So, the first draft of Constitution of India was published in February 1948, and the second draft was published in October 1948. Means they were given 8 months to discuss the draft. The drafting committee took less than 6 months to prepare its draft. They just took less than 6 months to prepare its draft. In all, it's say only for 141 days. So in 141 days they just completely made their drafts. Now, enactment of the constitution. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar introduced the final draft of constitution in assembly on 4 November 1948. That was the first reading of that final draft, which was prepared by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, or which was introduced by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in the assembly on 4 November 1948. The assembly had a general discussion on it for 5 days till 9 November 1948. The second reading, clause by clause consideration, started on November 15, 1948. So the second reading started on November 15, 1948 and ended on 17 October 1949. Due to this stage, as many as 7653 amendments were proposed and 2473 were actually discussed in the assembly. So what it is saying that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar introduced the final draft on 4 November 1948 in the assembly. That was its first reading, and the assembly took approx 5 days to read that and discuss on it till 9 November 1948. So on the second reading, clause by clause consideration started on 15 November 1948 and it ended on 17 October 1949. And in this stage, there were approx 7,653 amendments that were proposed and 2,473 that were actually discussed. The third reading of draft started on 14 November 1949. So third reading was on 14 November 1949. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar moved a motion. The constitution as settled by the assembly be passed. The motion of draft constitution was declared as passed on 26 November 1949 and received the signature of members and president. Out of total 299 members of the assembly, only 284 were actually present on that day and signed the constitution. So, approx 284 members signed the constitution. It is also the date mentioned in the preamble as the date on which people of India in the Constituent Assembly adopted, enacted and gave to themselves this constitution. The constitution as adopted on 26 November 1949 contained a preamble, 395 articles and 8 schedules. The preamble was enacted after the entire constitution was already enacted. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, then the law minister, piloted the draft constitution in the assembly. He took a very prominent part in the deliberation of the assembly. He was known for his logical, forceful and persuasive arguments on the floor of assembly. He is recognized as the father of the Constitution of India. This brilliant writer, constitutional expert, undisputed leader of the scheduled caste and the chief architect of the Constitution of India is also known as Modern Manu. So, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who was the law minister at the time, he piloted a draft constitution in the assembly. He took a very prominent part and he was very logical, forceful and he just does the persuasive arguments on the floor of assembly. So he was also recognized as the father of constitution in India. He was a brilliant writer, constitutional expert, undisputed leader, and the chief architect of the Constitution of India. That's why he is also known as Modern Manu. Enforcement of the Constitution. Some provisions on the Constitution pertain to citizenship, elections and provincial parliament, temporary and transitional provisions and short little contained in Article 5 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 324, 366, 367, 379, 380, 388, 391, 392, and 393 came into force on 26 November 1949 itself. The remaining provision, the major part of constitution, came into force on 26 January 1950. This day is referred to as Constitution as the date of its commencement and celebrated as Republic Day. So the remaining provisions, that was a major part of constitution that came into force in 26 January 1950, so that's why we celebrate it as Republic Day. 26 January was specifically chosen as the date of commencement of the constitution because of its historical importance. It was on this day in 1930 that Purna Swaraj Day was celebrated following the resolution of Lahore session December 1929 of the INC. That's why the date January 26 was specifically chosen. With the commencement of Constitution, the Indian Independence Act of 1947 and the Government of India Act of 1935, with all enactments amending or supplementing the latter act, were repealed. The abolition of Privy Council Jurisdiction Act 1949 was, however, continued. Now, criticism of the Constituent Assembly. The critics have criticized the Constituent Assembly on various grounds. They are first, not a representative body. The critics have argued that the Constituent Assembly was not a representative body as its members were not directly elected by the people of India on the basis of universal adult franchise. So, the critics have criticized the Constituent Assembly as they said that it is not a representative body as the members of this Constituent Assembly were not directly elected by the Indian people. And second, not a sovereign body. The critics maintained that the Constituent Assembly was also not a sovereign body as it was created by the proposals of British government. Further, they said that the assembly held its session with the permission of the British government only. Third, it was a time consuming. According to critics, the Constituent Assembly took unduly long time to make the constitution. They stated that the frames of American Constitution took only 4 months to complete their work. In the context, Najiruddin Ahmad, a member of Constituent Assembly, coined a new name for the drafting committee to show his contempt for it. He called it as drifting committee. So they said that it was a time consuming as they took so much time to make this constitution, and they stated that the American Constitution just took 4 months to complete their work. And they said dominated by Congress. The critics charged that the Constituent Assembly was dominated by the Congress party. Then Grenville Austin, who was a British constitutional expert, remarked the Constituent Assembly was a one-party body in an essentially one-party country. The Assembly was the Congress and the Congress was India. And then they said it was the lawyer politician domination. It also maintained by the critics that the Constituent Assembly was dominated by lawyers and the politicians. They pointed out that the sections of the society were not sufficiently represented. This, to them, is the main reason for the bulkiness and complicated language of the Constitution. And sixth, they said it was dominated by Hindus. According to some critics, the Constitution Assembly was a Hindu dominated body. Lord Viscount Simon called it a body of Hindus. Similarly, Winston Churchill commented that the Constituent Assembly represented only one major community in India. Now, there were some important facts, and this will lead to completion of our chapter. First was elephant was adopted as a symbol of the Constituent Assembly. So, elephant was the symbol of our Constituent Assembly. Second, Sir B.N. Rao was appointed as the constitutional advisor, legal advisor to the Constituent Assembly. So, for the constitutional advisor, Sir B.N. Rao was appointed. Third, H.V.R. Iyengar was the secretary to the Constituent Assembly. Fourth, S.N. Mukherjee was the chief draftman of the Constitution in the Constituent Assembly. Fifth, Prem Behari Nargen Rajada was the calligrapher of Indian Constitution. The original Constitution was handwritten by him in a flowing italic style. 6. The original version was beautified and decorated by the artist from Shanti Niketan, including Nandlal Bose and Behor Manohar Sinha. Behor Ram Manohar Sinha illuminated, beautified, and ornamented the original permeable calligraphed by the Prem Behari Narain Rai Jada. 8. The calligraphy of Hindi version of original constitution was done by Vasant Krishna Vaidha and elegantly decorated and illuminated by Nandlal Bose. These were all the important facts. Okay, let us revise them again. First was elephant was adopted as the Constituent Assembly symbol. Second, Sir B.N. Rao was appointed as constitutional advisor. Third was H.V.R. Iyengar. He was the Secretary of Constituent Assembly. Fourth, S.N. Mukherjee was the Chief Draftman. Fifth, Prem Behari Narayan Raijada was a calligrapher. He constituted the original constitution and he handwritten it in a flowing italic style. Sixth, the original version was beautified and decorated by two artists. They were Shantiniketan. From Shantiniketan, they were Nandlal Bose and Behor Ram Mohan Sinha. Behor Ram Mohan Sinha illuminated, beautified, and ornamented, originally permeated. And the eighth, the calligraphy of Hindi version of original constitution was done by Vasant Krishna Vaidha and elegantly decorated and illuminated by Nandlal Bose. That is all. So guys, that was all for today. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow we will start the chapter third of Lakshmikant Politics, which states silent features of the Constitution, and the Telegram channel link is in the description. Please go and check it out, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. And if you have any doubts or suggestions, you can comment them down. Thank you.